Club. Glad to be here. Glad to have Miss Yvette Smith, and
Hello,
I
guys.
and I got Mr. Len Herring. Got him. How
How
you
y'all
doing,
doing?
sir? How you doing?
Doing
That's
pretty
good.
good. No complaints. No
That's
complaints.
good. That's good, man. Mr. Model, Mr.
Nah,
Model, right
man.
there.
I ain't no model.
Mr. GQ himself in the house,
Nah.
guys.
Definitely.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you, Len.
Don't be like me. Be better than me. Be better than me. Don't be like me. Be better.
Yeah, man. Well, it's Thursday night. Every Thursday night on the Silver Fox Fitness Club group page, we have a live show. We have either me and Yvette, or we will have a guest. Tonight we have Mr. Len Herring. We call him Len, and he's Len. How old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
43.
43 years old. I figured that's how you was. 43 years old. And today I want to talk about tonight I want to talk about being in shape. Well, I guess putting your health first in your 40s, because when you get a certain age, your metabolism slows down, and you really got to put in the work. You cannot, there is no way. Show me anyone that get in their 40s and 50s that can eat like they was in their 20s and not gain any weight. Please show me that person. I want to see them and not have any health problems, because I'm telling you, man, when you get a certain age, your metabolism slows down. It goes at a crawl. And now I understand it, because the things I used to do when I was in my 20s and 30s, it's not working. It does not work, So I'm trying all kind of different things, and finally I found something that I think is starting to work for me. And Miss Yvette is a personal trainer. She pretty much been coaching me, telling me how to change it up, and I'm doing it, and it's working. So thank you
Yay.
very much, ma'am. Appreciate it. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Yeah. And I think 2 weeks ago I was talking about how every time when I get to that second week, 14 days, I always take a nosedive. I just start going crazy, eating whatever. Well, I am past that 2 weeks.
He made
Yes,
it.
I made it. Yes, 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 I made it. So I'm pretty much on it now. So I feel like I'm creating a habit. I'm feeling good now. I'm not indulging on anything. I'm not snacking on anything. Matter of fact, when I work at night, I don't do nothing but drink water. If I get hungry, I might just go into the kitchen, because I work at a hotel, and I go in the kitchen at night and grab an orange. So other than that, I'm pretty much good. I do security, so I'm watching monitors all day. I'm walking around the hotel, so I'm getting a lot of exercise walking around the hotel. So I'm getting it in. So I'm appreciate it. Thank you so much. So Mr. Len, sir,
Yes, sir.
I gotta ask you, man. Tell me who is you? Who is Len Herring, man? Tell us, because I've been posting the pictures, man. I've been getting a lot of likes, and I told you earlier, one of my best friends, we was talking. He said, "Man, that brother got my dream body." And I was sitting there, and I was driving when he told me that, and I was thinking, I'm like, man, you sure right. He got my dream body too, man. I've been looking at this picture, man. I'm like, man, if I look like that, damn it, anything I put on, boy, it's golden. So I just got to know, man. I just got to know. Just tell me about yourself, man. How do you keep this going like this? Tell me, because I know you was an athlete and all this stuff. Just tell me, how do you do it in your 40s?
Well, it's I don't think it's that difficult. I think you gotta just be consistent. You gotta stick to something. Like for me personally, I'm not one. I never really lifted weights. So a little bit of backstory. I'm from Hawthorne, Gainesville area, Florida, and in high school, I was number one in the world at the triple jump for high school age kids, and so I got a full scholarship, University of Wisconsin Madison, and in Madison ran track there, 11-time Big Ten champion, long jump, triple jump, relays, some of the sprints. So from early on to middle school, I was always used to being active. So even in like elementary, before that, I was always active. I was always out in the yard playing, always running around. So being active was something that I was kind of bred to do, because growing up, my dad didn't let me stay in the house and watch TV. So I had to get up early in the morning and do yard work. And so I got accustomed to being active. And
Mm-hmm.
so being active was something that was always a part of me. And so when I got to college, I was regiment with track and field, waking up every morning, going for jogs in the snow because Wisconsin's very cold, and then going to practice 2 days, twice a day. So I got used to being in a rhythm, my body. So fast forward from college to now. So that was over like 20 some years ago. I found myself just still being active. And so I was never one to lift a lot of weights. I was always a big calisthenics guy. So pull-ups, dips, push-ups, sit-ups. I was always a big believer in body weight exercises because as I got older, I noticed that, my knees didn't feel the same. My elbows didn't feel the same. My joints weren't the same. And so I didn't want to like put all that stress that I did in college on my joints, especially with like cleans and dips and all of those. So I wanted to kind of shy away from the weights, but still be healthy enough and strong and build strength and muscle at the same time. And so I started watching something called The Bartenders. The Bartenders are a group on YouTube in New York City, and they do all the calisthenics in the park and the playground. And I was like, man, I got to do that. And so as a result, I've been able to keep very, very fit and trim throughout my 30s and 40s. So what I've noticed too, again, it goes back to like finding something that works for you.
Right.
One of the reasons why like people ask me a lot, like, Len, be my trainer. I don't know how to be other people's trainer because I don't know exactly what they like and what they don't like. I only know what works for me.
What works for you?
So exactly. So my workouts may not work for someone else, but it works perfectly for me. And so I'll give you an example, right? So right now, I'm 43 years old and I want to stay fit. I want to stay in shape. So what I do about 5 times a week is I get up in the morning and I run 2 miles. So an app you can get on your phone that I actually use is called Run Keeper. RUN Keeper, KEEPER, Run Keeper app. And so it tells you how fast you're going, how many miles. It talks about heart rate. So it's a very, very good app to have. But I make it my mission to run at least 2 miles every day because I'm a big believer in if you just sit in the gym and just lift weights, that doesn't make you healthy. I see a lot of buff people,
Yeah,
they're not healthy,
definitely.
And so for me, it's not about vanity at this point. It's more about just being healthy, avoiding hypertension, diabetes. And I think that especially as African Americans and in our family, we see like a lot of these health disparities. And I think a lot of times we work out for the wrong reasons, for vanity reasons. But I think when you're over 40 and above, especially, I think it's important that we keep those A1Cs in check, the blood pressure in check. And I'm a big believer. So the healthiest, I'm not sure if your audience is familiar with this, but I did a lot of research on working out and what's healthy, what works, what doesn't work. They said walking is one of the healthiest things you can actually do.
I just read that yesterday, not to cut you off.
No, you're
I
fine.
just read the article about that yesterday.
Yes, walking is extremely healthy. Like people think walking, they say walking is healthier for you than actually jogging because jogging will put stress on some of your joints, whereas walking won't.
Yes.
But I say that to say this. So I run those 2 miles every morning and it does two things, right? It helps with my lung capacity because a lot of times we don't actively work on our lungs. In the age of COVID, in the age of like influenzas and everything, it's important we have very, very strong lung capacity. And so jogging, walking, those treadmill or out in the yard, I prefer working outside. Those are some of the healthiest things we can do. So I do that, right? From a health standpoint. So it keeps me healthy, but also makes me feel good. So I work in healthcare and I work in the neurology space, and I work with something called neurotransmitters, serotonin, norepinephrine, dopamine, and so forth, glutamate. And so what running does or working out in the morning, what that does for me is that it gives me like, a high. It increases norepinephrine. So it's a neurotransmitter. It increases that. So I wake up feeling good after I get this done, right? So on the health side, I do the jogging. And so from a standpoint of the vanity side, which as far as like keeping sculpted, making sure that you're looking good, looking right, is before I go to bed every night, I do no matter what, I always got to get my 50 push-ups in before bed and when I wake up, right?
Mm.
And right now, since everything, I got a lot of transition as far as work go. I haven't been working out as much as I used to, but at the minimum, make sure that you put a system in place that allows you to focus on your physical health. And again, lifting weights is cool, it's fine, it works for some people, but for me personally, because I'm getting older, I don't lift a lot of heavy weights anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And also, in many cases, it can be counterproductive as well. Because the last thing you want to do, especially when you get up in age, is you want to tear a ligament or a tendon,
Mm-hmm.
try and do
Yeah.
some cleans or
Mm-hmm.
even like a certain types of squats, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very mindful of that. But I myself I call myself a calisthenic king. So I do all the bar, all the like the flips on the bars and the pushing
Oh,
yourself
wow.
up
Yeah.
and everything. So because I think the best weight is your body weight, and
Yes.
so I may put like a vest on sometimes, but I love doing pull-ups, dips. You can do them almost anywhere. And the
Mm-hmm.
unique thing about calisthenic workouts, you can do them every day.
Yeah.
Whereas you
Mhm.
work with weights, you got to wait a day to rest.
Yes.
So sometimes it's every other day or 2 days to rest. With calisthenics, you can do them every day because you're utilizing your body weight. So to
Mhm.
answer your question, that's how I've been able to stay in shape. Um, Basically doing just basic things around the house. Oh, it's the one thing too. So me and my wife, we have a gym membership, right? She likes to go to the gym. I don't. Because every time I go to the gym, it's a lot of guys in there competing for the mirror, competing for the on the machines,
Flexing.
flexing, and I don't I don't like to get into all that. And I keep my workouts at a minimum of 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No
Uh-huh.
more, no less. I keep them very, very intact and not going overboard. And there's something called a rack, right? A rack is a
Mhm.
machine. It's like a little foldable machine. It came out maybe like 8 years ago. It looks like a walker where you can do like dips and pull-ups. And so I utilize that um, as much as I can, especially in COVID when the gyms were all closed. I utilized that and I got the most shredded I've ever been by just
Wow.
utilizing the rack. And again, and if you want to, and also, and eating is that's a whole nother
Yes.
ballpark. But just to give you some background as far as what I do physically,
Mhm.
I pretty much do that. Run my 2 miles, and I stick to my body weight exercises. And again, you can do them every single day, but every single night before I go to bed, I'm going to get my 50 push-ups in,
Mm-hmm.
50 sit-ups in. And when I wake up in the morning, I get my 50 push-ups in and 50 sit-ups in. And when you do that in the morning, especially after you make your bed, it makes you feel good about yourself and it
Mm-hmm.
helps your
Mhm.
day. Starting your day is all about you feeling good about yourself. And even if you it may or may not be true, you get those 50 push-ups in, especially for guys, you feel like, okay,
Mm.
you got to put on some muscle when you really
Got that
probably
S
didn't,
on your chest.
Yeah. Now,
but
now
it's a
you
mental thing.
now you bet you know I'm gonna start that tonight. You know that, right?
I know.
I'm serious. Hey, I know my wife will be like, "Hey, what you doing?" Hey, 50 push-ups
50
every
push-ups.
night.
So then, with everything that you do no strength training at all, or if you do, it's very minimal. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
So if I go to the gym every now and then, my wife, she's driving to the gym. I'll get to
Mm-hmm.
do some strength training or whatever. When we move, I'm gonna hopefully get a gym in the house.
Okay.
But I don't do a lot. I've never been a big weight guy.
Right.
Um,
Gotcha.
like I said, for me personally,
Mm-hmm.
calisthenics work better, and I think my body responds better
It
to just
responds to it. I got you.
calisthenics. But it's
Mm-hmm.
all relative, though. It's all relative.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good when you get into your 40s and 50s. You definitely don't want to be one of the people that are lifting all the heavy weight. I
Yeah.
mean, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. By all means, I would not talk negative if you do it. I know I don't want to do it
Mm-hmm.
because I'm feeling all kind of joints. Like I used to
Yes,
be a
that's what
truck
he was
driver.
saying. Like, you don't want to
Yeah,
take the risk of tearing something, pulling
yeah,
something. Yeah.
definitely. Look,
So,
I mean, like I told you, I think I said a while back, Yvette, I'm not trying to be an athlete. I just want to look like one. That's it.
I like that.
That's
I
it.
like that.
I just want to look like one. I don't want to
Yeah.
be doing, because when I used to get under a squat rack and I have them weights up under me and I'm kind of wiggling, I'm more worried about how not to drop the weight than
Right.
actually doing the reps correctly. You know what I'm saying?
Injury,
So
yeah.
so I'm not going down all the way like I should. I'm scared. I'm shaking. So I'm like, I got to be safe with it.
Yeah.
That's my mindset now. Wow,
That's
man. So
awesome.
it
And it's
is. It
funny, like
is.
you said, his body, everybody, like you said, everybody is different. Everybody requires something different. One reason you said you don't train is because you haven't quite figured out. I don't know if figured out is the right word, like how other people, what their bodies respond to. But I like the fact that it's the running, the calisthenics, and I know your body can respond to it because it's endurance. It's you're building your endurance when you talk about lung capacity, and it was something else you said. Can't remember right now. But
you also use a resistance bands too, right? Do you use a resistance
Yeah, I
band?
have resistance bands sometimes. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I do plan on getting back into like some lightweight work.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I do get into weights, I typically do like a lot of reps with with the weight is not as heavy. It's lighter
Yeah.
weight, a lot of
Yeah.
reps and everything.
So let me ask you this. How, like, is there a certain weight that you like to maintain? And if so, like doing like the running and the calisthenics and all that, I know you can burn a lot of calories from that. So how do you keep yourself from like falling in a calorie deficit if you're not trying to lose weight and you're just trying to maintain your weight? Do you find yourself like increasing your caloric intake, or how do you balance that?
To be honest with you, because I'm older, you gain weight a lot sooner, a lot quicker.
Uh-huh.
And what was interesting, Yvette, is that because of my calisthenics, my weight always stays anywhere between 180 and 190.
Okay.
It never fluctuates.
Is that where your ideal
Yeah.
weight for you is where you want to be? Okay.
Yes. And that's the thing too. It's like diet is everything. I think diet, I would argue, is probably 70-80%
Yes.
diet.
Oh yeah.
That's what we always say, 80-20.
Yeah, 80-20. Oh, well, okay, something like 80-20. And the
Yeah.
thing about the diet for me personally is I don't eat anything fried. Everything's grilled. Everything's grilled. A lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits, obviously. But I'm a big fish guy. Omega-3s are very important for me.
Yes.
So omega-3s are good because of brain health. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not stating that I'm a doctor or anything, but higher intakes of omega-3s can possibly help with delaying possible Alzheimer's or dementia, possibly, because of something called plaques and tangles. And omega-3s is literally brain food. So I eat a lot of fish, but I don't have iodine poisoning or anything. But a lot of grilled fish, baked fish, salmon, often swordfish, snapper, and I love vegetables as well and fruit. I don't drink or anything, so I don't have the alcohol intake or anything. But I try to keep it very, very simple, because if I get too involved in how many calories here, how many calories there, I'll lose my line. That doesn't work for me. But me personally, I keep it very simple on things to eat, things not to eat, everything in moderation, a lot of water.
Wow.
So all your supplements, are you pretty much getting, like when we talk about your omega-3s and all that, are you getting pretty much all of that through your food, or are you doing any supplements outside of the food? Do you take anything other than getting your supplements through your food?
Just through the food. Just through the food. I don't take any pills or anything, but you can get them through through supplements. But I get mine through foods.
Okay.
Wow. Yvette, you see that? Somebody said, I'm 62 and I want to get in shape again. So what do I do to get jump started again? You want to answer that one?
Well, I think you want to start from a safe place first and foremost. We talked a little bit ago about walking. I don't think you need to shock your body and jump into anything too quick. Like we're talking about avoiding the heavy weights. If you are I would start definitely with walking, be it outside, be it on the treadmill, anything body weight exercises, like we were talking about a moment ago. No heavy loading on the body, because first and foremost, you need to assess your joints, your knees, your back, your shoulders, and make sure that, even if it takes you to go to the doctor and get a physical first, to make sure that you are in shape to be working out. You want to always maybe go get your blood work ran, because a lot of times your heart, we don't know, like, and you guys know I've suffered a heart attack and I had no idea that I was going to have a heart attack, and as healthy as I am. But that blood work is going to show you, if there's something wrong or there are areas that you need to take a moment and fix, be it with medication, be it self-medicating yourself, by exercising and all that. I would definitely start by getting a physical, seeing your doctor first, and then start out small with the walking, very light weights, 5 to 10 pounds, 6 to 8 reps on something till you get your body acclimated to a fitness program. And then from there, go from there, and definitely seek a trainer. I would tell anybody, if you're just starting out and you don't have the knowledge and you don't know what to do, seek a trainer. You don't have to do it forever, but give yourself 3 to 6 months with a trainer. Learn everything that you need to learn. And the ultimate thing for a trainer is to teach you guys the proper way to do things, the proper way to eat, the proper way to exercise, and then release you, because it comes a point where you learn what you need to do. You learn what your body responds to. And there's a point where you can say, okay, I can do this on my own. It's not like you need to stay under a trainer all your life. You know what I'm saying? But if you choose to do that, then that's fine as well.
And you got to look at it like this. You're paying for knowledge.
Yes.
You're paying for it. You're paying for the knowledge. You're paying for the expertise. So don't look at it. I'm throwing my money away. If your car had to get fixed, you wouldn't have no problem going to get your car fixed.
Exactly.
You go right there and get it fixed. Your body's more important than the car. Go ahead, get educated, pay for that knowledge.
Yes.
Create you a pattern within 2 to 3 months. After that, if you want to let the trainer go, you go ahead. You created a pattern for yourself. You created something simple for yourself to keep working out, compared to doing something you don't know what to do. If you go to a gym, I'm pretty sure you see some of these, excuse my language, some of these bonehead people doing some stuff that they shouldn't be doing, and you want to tell them so bad, what the hell is you doing? You know what I'm saying? But so you don't want to be that guy or that woman. Go ahead and pay for it. I will pay for it in a minute.
I'm not sure who the 62-year-old is, but if you're here in Houston or the Katy area, DM me. Let's talk about it. If I can help you in any way, definitely will.
What would you say, Len? Would you say some same things as what she said about that?
Oh yeah, you guys nailed it. But I'll add this: if you're 62, you want to start getting the training, working on your health and everything. Start stretching. Start stretching. Like go to YouTube, find a trainer, start stretching, because flexibility is very important. You got to understand, the older you get, and the more like pressure you put on your muscles, the more vulnerable they become. So you want to start stretching. I would spend more time warming up in many cases than actually working out. So stretching, leg stretches, arm stretches, make sure you get your muscle, your flexibility back somewhat, because the older you get, you lose it. And the more, more brutal we become, the older we become, the last thing we want is to tear or pull something that we can't, that won't heal. So stretching is very, very important. That's like the foundation of everything.
Definitely. Yeah. Yolanda Smith is on. So we want to say hi, Yolanda.
Hey, Yolanda, how you doing? You doing?
Yeah, she's piggybacking off of Len on the stretching is very important. Also, her mother, I don't know if you saw that when she posted the other day, and I know her mom is well over 62, and she was working her out. Did you happen to see that, Al?
Yeah, I seen it. I seen when she was a mom. Yeah. And I like it. I love it. Man, awesome. I swear, when I see her, when she's every time I see her when she's training her mom and stuff, I go back to when I'm like, man, I wish my grandmother was alive back then, to see that, so she could. Because my grandmother, she didn't know what to do. I didn't even know then, and I love it. I love it. That's great.
For that person that was on, and I'm sorry, I'm saying person because I can't see your name, but Yolanda Smith is in the Silver Fox group as well. So she's a trainer as well, and she trains. And from experience, I can say her mother, I know, is an older lady. So if you feel inclined to reach out to Yolanda as well, she's definitely in our Silver Fox group. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was saying, she said, Al's Auntie Belle. So it's my auntie. I didn't know you was 62. This guy. Yeah, it was her. See what she said. 62. Yeah. My Auntie Belle. Yeah, she's 62. I didn't know she was 62. Belle, hey, now's the time to take it seriously. 62 years old, in our family, we know we do have diabetes, we do have blood pressure problems, we have all that. So now's the time to do it.
Yes, definitely.
Pay for the knowledge. Like I said, if your car broke down, you'll get it fixed. You'll find a way to get it fixed. Your body, your health is more important than that car, because if you cannot take care of your health, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't gonna be able to pay the car note. You're gonna be nothing. So that's the most important thing. Let's see right here. But also, Len, I was gonna ask you, like, when I guess when, like, I know when you say you work out, like when you go work out in the morning time, like you do your push-ups and all that stuff. You do any, like, okay, I know you do the push-up. What about the squats? Do you do squats, like regular squats, anything like that? Like
No,
you don't do no squats, which,
I
like
don't
that?
do anything. I mean, I consider myself, my jogging is working on my legs.
Okay.
Because I suffer from chronic patellar tendonitis in college from doing squats and a lot of bounding and jumping, to the point where I damage like my tendons and my knee.
Yeah.
So for me, running up hills, the jogging, that's enough to work my legs. Squats for me don't work. I haven't done squats in about 15 years. I won't touch squats.
Yeah.
And also too, back to the stretching thing. Another thing that's important about the stretching is the fact that the older you get, sometimes, and you work out consistently, you're going to remain sore all the time if you don't start getting to like a stretching routine.
Yes.
So let's say you start working out, you start feeling good, you get your muscle definition back, but you're always sore. That's because, again, you have to really pay attention on stretching your muscles and getting the body acclimated back to working out.
And I would agree with that, because I tend to find sometimes I'm that person with the stretching. I preach it and I find myself lacking. So you're sore, your body is stiff, you're not as, flexible as you should be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's very, very important to stretch.
Yeah.
Foam rollers you can get, body weight extra, stretches you can do as well. They have the rollers, they have so many things now to even aid you in helping to stretch and tear that muscle, stretch it out and stuff.
And definitely you want to stretch. I definitely can testify to that. I'm 53, and I'm telling you, it doesn't take anything for me to pull a muscle. Anything. I could just move the wrong way and I pull a muscle. I never had that issue until I got into my 50s. So definitely want to stretch. You want to do something. You don't want to be one of the people. Like I said, you cannot do the things you did when you was in your 20 and 30. Forget it. It's gone. When you used to go in there and just throw the weight on it and just pop it up real quick, then warm up, those days are gone. I don't care.
And that's okay. And it's
okay. It's okay. It's okay. Be honest with you. The way you're doing it now is smarter. Wisdom. Wisdom. That's the best thing. You want to be able to be in your 80s and walking fine. Not using the cane, not walking real slow. There are some people that's in their 80s. You wouldn't even know they're in their 80s. Matter of fact, what's the doctor name? The one that he was on TV all the time about the COVID. The doctor. Fauci. Is he in his 80s or something like that? I think he's in his 80s.
He's late 70s, maybe. Maybe in his 80s. I don't know.
I think he's in his 80s. Look how that dude walk, man, and he runs. He jogs a lot. So he's young. So you invest in your health. You invest in your body. And man, you have longevity on this earth.
Right.
You won't be one of them people that's in your 70s and 80s, and you look like you about to break down. You getting up slow, using the cane and walking, all that stuff. Now's the time to turn it around. It's not too late. Now's the time.
Definitely not too late.
Yeah, it's not too late. And also to add on what you guys just said, a lot of times when people are older, and what deters them from working out is that when they start working out, and because they're sore, when they get out of bed, it hurts. It hurts to get out of bed. Everything hurts. It hurts. And one of the reasons why it hurts is because we have to start stretching. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because I know and understand, because I got back into track and field at the age of 40, right? And so when I got back into track and field, do the masters, one of the things that I forgot about is the need and the wanting to stretch. So I would go to these competitions, I would win, but I would come home feeling like crap. Like my body just felt so broke down. And that was because I didn't properly prepare my body for what it was about to withstand and
what it was going to go through. Yeah,
exactly.
Wow. And not only he was competing, he was winning.
Yeah.
He was winning. The dude was winning. Seriously, he was winning. I'm telling you, and not only that, Len is in good shape. This dude is in excellent shape, and I can testify to it because he's my brother-in-law. So if y'all know, he's my brother-in-law, and I had to get him on here. And not only he's in good shape, my wife as well. Both of them ran track. He ran track at University of Wisconsin. My wife ran track at Florida A&M. And she's trying to get back there, but she still because I always talk to her about, I like one thing about you, you still have that muscle memory. It doesn't take you any time to get back in shape. Me and my wife, I never forget when we started dating. It was like 10 years ago, and I was in shape. I'm fit. I wasn't, big like, had gained all that weight. And I never get, we was living in Houston, and we was out there at this park, Memorial Park, and we had this hill. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, this girl don't know who she messing with. I still got it. We ran up this hill, and I ran full speed, and I pulled a groin muscle.
Oh.
Yes. I felt the pop. And all I know, I said, oh, and she looked back. What's wrong? I said, oh, help me. I can't move. Help me.
Oh my God.
Yes. So to this day, I would not even challenge her in anything. I would not. When it come to running, no.
No, you don't
How long did it take to heal?
It took me about 2 to 3 weeks for it to heal.
Well, that was good.
It was. I felt the pop. I felt it. And after that, man, I like, no. So I have two small kids. Well, we have two small kids, and my goal is to really educate them to take fitness serious. To really, 'cause I want to get them in the track. I want to get them in all kind of stuff. You want your kids to see that. Your grandkids, you want them to see. You want them to see you doing it, so they know that's how you need to do it.
Yeah. My two granddaughters, case in point, I'm training someone out in the garage. They're right there. Honey, I want to lift. Yeah, a lot of times they're in the way, or they're trying to get the weights and they're trying to lift. So they see me doing it. And now it's like okay, honey, we want to work out too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they do what we do.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you want to see it. I mean, when I was growing up, I didn't see that. So now I want my kids to see. I want them to see. Like sometimes I'll do some push-ups, or I'm walking, or I'm doing like a little running and stuff. And my kids want to join along. Come on with me. They come with me. They do it. A lot of times they be trying to challenge me. You know. So you want that. You want them to create that. You don't want them to get a certain age and then they just sitting on the sofa not doing anything, just letting it go. Because I'm telling you, man, it's rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not hard. It's not easy, but it's not hard if you put your mind to it. Like I said, the main thing I struggled with was my diet. I'm not gonna lie to you. I struggled with that. But I feel like now I'm at a point, I have it in my mind where I can do it. I've been doing 1 meal a day. And it's, I'm gonna change it, but I'm doing it mostly for discipline, because that's what I was lacking on, discipline. And I remember me and Yvette talked about that, and she said the same thing. She told me, she said, Al, one thing I think you struggle in is discipline. If you can discipline yourself and you keep your mind to it, and you consistent, and you stay consistent. She said, I think you'll conquer your goal. And I sat back there and I thought, and I'm like, you know what? She's totally right. I'm not consistent. That's why I can't lose the weight like I want to. So I start something and then I take a nosedive after 14 days, So right now I'm doing it. Got it going on. Definitely.
So I think Renee is on here. It says, I told him not to challenge me. I'm thinking that's Renee.
Yeah. I would not do it no more. When it comes to that, I'm not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe no more with her.
Somebody says 1 full meal a day, fruit, spring water, and sunlight daily. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah. Right now I'm eating less meat. I'm eating like meat 1 meal a day. That's it. And that's one thing I struggle with, eating a lot of meat, eating a lot of carbs. And like I said, my metabolism is slow. I'm not going to even, I know my body. I cannot burn the calories like I used to. So I got to make some changes. And when you put your mind to it and you focus on it, you can accomplish it. And I think right now I'm in the zone now where I can constantly keep doing. So that was the thing, man. And also my wife and I, we have a vending machine business. we have, man, if I could just show y'all what we have, y'all be like, damn, that's hard. Oreos, honey buns, all that stuff. And we got like 20, we got 20, yeah, we got 20 machines. And I would sit my ass down here at nighttime and wait till she go to bed, put on a movie, and I will open up M&Ms, honey buns, all that stuff. And I would take all the paper and hide it in the trash so she couldn't see it. And she knew it. She knew it. She knew it. She knew it. She'll say, I know you be down there eating. I said, why? And then she'll touch my stomach. You're like, you eating up all the product. But now I got it in my mind where I have not touched anything off that shelf. I hadn't touched not one thing within a little bit over 2 weeks. Nothing. I don't even have a desire to touch it now.
So once you start, your mind now is programmed in your body, and now it's like everything that you've gone through for these 2 weeks, all the goals, everything that you've accomplished. It's like for you to fall back. It's kind of like you would disappoint yourself, and you would feel some type of way when you do it, because it's like, was it really worth it, for me to fall? Even though it may have been one honey bun or something, you still have that guilt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're not saying, guys, every now and again, if you want to splurge and have something, we're definitely not telling you not to do it. Just don't make it a reoccurring everyday type kind of thing.
Yes, definitely. Because definitely that if once you get your diet down, you straight. Yeah. You straight. Start out slow. Like right now, I got my diet the way I want it. I'm eating, I'm not really craving. I don't have these cravings like I used to. And then a lot of times when you cheat and you eat something you ain't supposed to eat, it don't taste that good anyway.
In your stomach, it tears your stomach up.
It does.
Sometimes it's like it doesn't agree with my stomach anymore. So what about your energy level? That's one thing I wanted to talk to you about when you started that, because you went from consuming a lot of stuff down to very minimal, very clean type stuff and eating the one time a day. Did you find yourself like struggling with energy, or do you have enough energy?
I did at first. At first, I was struggling real hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was tired. I didn't have any energy. And then I said, you know what? Let me just throw in a little bit of carbs. Since I'm only eating one meal a day, let me throw in some carbs. So I started eating oatmeal with my food. Oatmeal. I don't eat any rice. I don't eat any bread. So if I'm eating the carbs, it'll be oatmeal or skinny popcorn. Skinny popcorn has been a lifesaver for me.
Wow.
It has. Yeah. Yes. Skinny popcorn. It's gluten free. It doesn't have any of that stuff in there. It's very light. And a friend of mine told me that because he lived in Houston and he's a truck driver and he lost like 40 something pounds. And I said, well, what did you do to lose all the weight? He said, Al, number one, I don't eat that much meat. He said, I eat a lot of vegetables, I eat a lot of fruit. And I said, well, what about your carbs? What do you eat? He said, I eat skinny popcorn. He said, man, I love it. And he showed me a picture. He lost so much weight. I'm like, damn, really? And I did the same thing. I started eating skinny popcorn. And now it's like, okay, cool. I'm straight.
But is that like a snack? Is that like something when you're feeling hungry or something?
Yeah, snack. It's a snack. Like I wake up, I make me a smoothie. I just make me a smoothie, some fruit and stuff like that. Put some spinach in there, almond milk. And then like later on, and I don't eat skinny popcorn every day. It's only with the point where I'm like, man, I got to eat something. I'm feeling kind of tired. Then I eat it because I know probably like around by 2 or 3 o'clock, I'm getting ready to eat my solid meal. Once I eat my solid meal, I'm straight. I'm cool. So when nighttime comes, if it gets to the point where I know I gotta eat something, I just feel like I'm about to lose it, I just eat a little bit of skinny popcorn and keep it going. One thing, I drink a lot of water. It keeps me full. And then when I'm at work at nighttime, because I work at night, 4 days a week, I'm working at night. I would drink coffee. For some reason, coffee, it fills me up. So it'll get me through. Now, last week I struggled. I struggled real hard because I had went to go do a vending machine. I was coming home that night and I was starving. And it's so funny because when I got home, my wife, she was in the shower. I heard her in the shower. And I like, man, I'm about to lose it. Man, I took off my clothes, jumped in bed, and went to sleep.
So you wouldn't eat anything?
So I wouldn't eat anything. When I woke up, I felt good. I'm like, I felt good. Sometimes you go through them things, your mind play tricks on you. The best way to defeat it is either fill your body up with water or liquids or just go to sleep if you can.
Go to sleep.
Yeah. So, man, this has been a great interview. I love it. Like every Thursday, we have a great one. Next Thursday, I'm going to have this brother named David Copeland. I think I'm saying his last name right. This brother has he's on Facebook and Instagram. He invented this workout board, and he has helped transforming a lot of people. This brother, 62 years old, like you, Yvette, he had heart attack, and he has a pacemaker in his heart.
Oh,
and this brother, yes, and this brother, I'm bringing him on. Matter of fact, he reached out to me last week, and I'm bringing him on to talk about his invention, and he's selling them like crazy.
Really?
And yes, and I'm bringing him on. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about his diet. And this dude is pretty much changing the culture of truckers, and also, you know, just regular people. He's changing the culture. This dude, he will be at a park and have these benches at a park and have a whole bunch of people using it. Like you're saying, Len, no weights. You don't have no weights, none of that. And this brother is really doing big things. Len, how can brothers check you out? Or how can people check you out? How can they see?
Well, that's the thing. So I'm on Instagram is Flint the Man, FLINTTHEMAN, Flint the Man, or Flint Legions. So I'm also a photographer too, a toy photographer. So Flint Legions, FLINTLEGIONS, Flint Legions. So yeah.
And folks, when y'all check him out, y'all going to be amazed at some of the photos this dude take. He has like these action figures, and it's like they fighting. And it's like they actually fighting, breaking walls. Y'all have to see it. Y'all have to see it. When I say, I had to ask him, man, how the hell you do that, man? How did you get this action figure to fly like that? And you got to see it. To see it, I'd be like, wow. Miss Yvette, how can they check you out? How can they get it?
Facebook, it's Jazzy_1 Fitness, and of course, my other page on there on Facebook is Yvette Smith. And on Instagram, it's Jazzy_1 Fitness _IFBB Pro.
Okay.
Either of those three I can be found on.
Okay. And also, you can also DM her if you have a question, or you can DM me, you know, and definitely like that. And then also, if you're a person that wants to be on the show, just DM me, let me know. You know, I like to hear about people's fitness journey. That's what this platform is about, to talk about your fitness journey. Everybody have a fitness journey, and everybody have their own way of getting it done. There's no one way of doing it. So don't feel like you're alone on this journey right here. So definitely DM me if you want to be on the show. I'll bring you on, and we'll talk about your fitness journey. Also, if you want to get one of these Silver Fox Fitness shirts, go to silverfoxfitnessclub.com. On the Fox. Yes, Silver Fox Fitness Club. On the Fox. When you go on there, it's 2X, not 1X on the web page. And the reason I did that, and the reason I did that is because somebody had the regular Silver Fox Fitness Club. So I had to go with Silver Fox Fitness Club and put 2X in there. So go on and check out the merchandise. Also, if you have anybody you know, tell them to join the Silver Fox Fitness Club Facebook group. Tell them to join. Post your videos. Go ahead and post it. I'm okay with it. I want to see your fitness journey. Also, if you want to see this video right here, this show right here, you can go to youtube.com, go to Silver Fox Fitness Club. Also subscribe. I'm trying to get it. Eventually I want to move this platform to YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe, and let's go ahead and make this happen right here.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. Another great one in the can.
What episode was this?
This episode, I was writing it down when he was talking earlier. This is episode 15.
15.
Okay.
Episode 15. So we're knocking them down. We're getting them.
We've come a long way, guys. We were talking about it when we first started. The very first time we went live, Al and I were like, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "Are you ready?" And we were like, "What are we going to talk about?" And it was just like, we were so freaking nervous. And we came on, it's like we had no clue of what we were going to talk about because we had not talked prior to the show. So it was just like, so what are we going to do? And we just kind of, and those 30 minutes probably, because we always try to stay on at least 30 minutes. But boy, we sweated through those 30 minutes.
It was rough. And I called my cousin. I asked him, I said, how did we do? He bust out laughing. He said, man, y'all look nervous as hell. He said, y'all look nervous. But you know, at the end of the day, as you do it, you get better, you get comfortable. So now I feel comfortable. So, because it's at the point now where me and Yvette pretty much we can run this thing just by me and her. Me and her. We don't have to really have a guest all the time. We could just do it because we have so much to talk about when it comes to fitness. We got so much to motivate you, motivate ourselves. I'm excited for my transformation. I'm excited. I have been in shape before, but it's different when you're in your 50s. It's totally different. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And that 50 push-ups tonight, Len, before I go to bed.
So you gotta do it.
I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah. There's no tries, just do. Don't try it, just do it. You know?
Yeah.
So
and also
before you go to bed at 50 in the morning, after you get out your bed and make it, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm on this.
And again, that gives you working out is psychological. It gives you a psychological edge when you go to bed feeling good, you wake up feeling good.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you accomplish something, that's the best way to start your day because it makes you feel like I've done something productive. So it's important.
And also, folks, the ones that's doing push-up, sometimes it's hard to be in that plank position and go straight down. That's all right. Get on your knees, rest on your knees. Do it like that.
That's a chair, even a chair.
Yeah, a chair.
Table.
Yeah.
You can elevate the wall. The wall works just as well.
Yeah.
So I will be doing that tonight. Matter of fact, I didn't know you was doing that all the time, Len. I should have been asking you.
Every day of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I see this brother, man, I'm like looking at him. I'm like looking at him like a fan. Like, damn, this dude is good, man. It's like even my brother-in-law, but I look at him like a fan. I'm like, man, look how this dude look, man. Damn, I wish I could look like this. Then all of a sudden, I started daydreaming of myself looking like him. All right, folks.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go ahead and close it. We're going to go ahead and close it. Len, thank you again, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you. Yvette, again, thank you, sister.
You're
appreciate
so
it again.
Definitely.
Thank you. All right, folks. Good night. Next
Good night,
Thursday night,
everybody.
9 o'clock, we will be back.
Yes.
Bye.